Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and a well for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Chris Tobin, Representative Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Budju Malinawul, everyone. Good morning. Nalawa, welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this morning. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burruburungal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bulungari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly live well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he encountered a people whom he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of the creeks here as they have done for the past 20,000 years. So this is not an ideal or a dream or anything like that. This is normal life for us and for the longest time. And there is no reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we're a clever people, and there's still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life can be sweet, and we are naturally happy and usually quite good at looking after each other and the planet. So I would encourage you to share your gifts with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. I just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective future. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, I am pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor Nick Mansfield.
Thank you very much, Chris, for your welcome to country. It's an honour for the university to be able to connect with the long traditions of wisdom, knowledge and learning that have taken place on this site for many thousands of years, and your words add a lot of significance to today's ceremony, so thank you. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, all our graduands. It is my distinct honour and a pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. I bring our graduands and guests a special greeting from the members of the University Council, the governing body of Macquarie University. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. Now, I notice that there are some small children and perhaps even one or two babies here today, and I want you to know that they are especially welcome. I also want you to know that we don't expect small children to either stay still or to remain quiet through the course of the ceremony. This is very much a family event, and small children are especially welcome. Today is a milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those of you about to graduate. Completing a university degree is not an easy thing. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of your end goal. You've worked very hard to get to this point, and you should feel proud of what you have accomplished. We, as a university, are certainly proud of your achievements, and I'm pleased to be able to congratulate each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families with us today, supporters and friends of our graduates as well, here with us as invited guests. The fact that you've been invited by one of our graduates to share in one of the most important ceremonies of their lives is proof positive that you've been an important influence. So to our invited guests, congratulations to you as well, and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. Now, our graduates mightn't realise it, but we're about to participate in one of Europe's oldest social rituals. If you were to pick a date, say around 1500, and look to see what Western social institutions existed at that time that are still around today, you'd find there are only about 60 of them. And they include the Roman Catholic Church, the parliaments of England, Iceland, and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons. All the rest are universities. In fact, graduation ceremonies are even older than that. For more than 800 years, graduates have been donning gowns just like the ones you're wearing this morning and participating in ceremonies just like this one. And since those earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained almost unchanged, a defining feature in the life of every university and its students around the world. Now, we all realise that Macquarie University is not one of these ancient institutions. In fact, we're just over 50 years old. And though we're amongst one of the younger universities in the world, we're very proud to take part in this time-honoured ceremony today. We all know that youth has its advantages, however. Macquarie is a very modern, forward and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, research engagement and impact. We're continually progressing by extending our research and teaching partnerships, course offerings and facilities. We have a proud tradition of innovation and discovery, and our pioneering approach is built upon a collaborative and connected learning community. Even though this recent couple of years has been a period of great challenge for all of us, it remains a very exciting time for Macquarie University, amidst much change as the vision for this remarkable campus continues to unfold. Macquarie University has over 214,000 graduates living in over 140 countries around the world. It's very clear we're looking forward and we're on the move, and so are you. Some of the things we all value about Macquarie University, however, will not change. The friendliness, inclusiveness and approachability of our staff and students is often commented on by visitors to the university, both from Australia and internationally. This is an inherent part of our culture, and we intend that it will always remain so. Remember, you will always be welcome here on Macquarie's campus. Macquarie University will always be a leader in learning and teaching and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey is also about building community, where we have shared values, where we share things in common and where we care about each other even when our points of view on some issues diverge. In other words, the definition of an ideal community of scholars. Guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduates, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. But it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Dr. Katie DeGioia, who's the Director, Engagement and Impact at the Australian Education Research Organisation. Katie DeGioia describes herself as first and foremost an early childhood teacher and has worked in the sector since beginning her teaching career more than 30 years ago. She's enjoyed the challenge of leadership roles across educational institutions, including Centre Director, Head of School for a private college, facilitating transition to school across a number of local government areas for a state education department, and also as a senior lecturer at Macquarie University. More recently, she's led a national program of support for teachers across their career life cycle at Good Start Early Learning. Currently, she has a role in sector engagement and impact within a newly formed national educational evidence body, the Australian Education Research Organisation. I now invite Dr. Katie DeGioia to deliver the occasional address.
Pro-Chancellor, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates and their families and friends, it is a great honour to share with you all such a significant event. I would like to begin by congratulating you, the graduates, on your successful completion of studies and your chosen career. This is a special occasion and one you will reflect on later in life. It is one of those moments in time that provides you with opportunities and choices. I want to share with you some of my lessons learnt throughout my career. Continue to learn and grow. Just because you've finished your degree doesn't mean that the learning has stopped. Continue to read and critique research, share with colleagues, make informed decisions about your pedagogy and practice that are underpinned by evidence. Be curious yourself alongside colleagues, alongside children. Push yourself to learn more. Take time to reflect on the change you want to see in yourself. Ask questions, work with a mentor, and believe in yourself. Who knows, for some of you who have not completed your PhD, it might be something that you might also contemplate. When you are doing work that is meaningful to you, it puts a spring in your step and a smile on your face. Find joy in the everyday moments of teaching with children. Listen to and learn from and alongside children. Delight in your work and the important role you have in the lives of children and families. Be okay with making mistakes. We all do. It's what you learn from them that matters the most. I recall the early days of my teaching career, and I was working in a preschool room with children 3 to 5 years. I decided to offer finger painting to the children. We'd been exploring sensory experiences. I carefully prepared the table with resources for 4 children at a time in the middle of the room, with aprons available on the stand, and then we were ready to start. I was new to the room, and the other educators did not tell me until after the disaster, experience, that they had not offered finger painting to the children for a very long time, because apparently it had not gone well. I'm sure you can imagine the overexcitement, the glee in the children's eyes, the paint. Forgetting to include easy access to water to wash off hands, there was paint everywhere. From the table down the hallway to the bathroom, transferred excitedly from one child to another. I had, for a brief moment in the chaos, thought that my teaching career was over before it had started. But I survived and learnt a lot. Not just about pedagogy and practice, but about teamwork and communication and what colour paint stains on skin longer than others. I learnt about perseverance. See mistakes as openings for learning and growth. We know there are currently challenges and opportunities in the early childhood sector. For example, we hear about workforce shortages, the historic reforms announced in both New South Wales and Victoria, introducing a full year of play-based learning in the year before school. With this in mind, be not only an accidental advocate, but be purposeful in your advocacy for the sector and teaching profession. I'm sure you've all had the opportunity already to be an accidental advocate. You know those conversations about teaching. For me, it was when you explained that playing in the sandpit is both purposeful and intentional. The learning immense, weighing and measuring, hypothesising, taking turns with spades, the consistency of the sand required to make a sandcastle. The list is endless. The small smile on your face when you hear your friend you shared the lesson with, sharing with another friend the same story. How might you be purposeful in your advocacy? What are your ideas, values and beliefs about the sector that resonate with you? Collect and share your life lessons about your teaching career as you move through it. Find ways to support new teachers and share your wisdom as you grow in the profession. I wish you well. Be proud of your chosen career today and long into the future. In the words of Marie Sendak, author of the children's books Where the Wild Things Are, let the wild rumpus begin. Enjoy the celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katie, for that address. That was really wonderful. Thank you. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at occasions just like this one and conferring degrees on those who've complied with the university's requirements for their awards. I now call on Acting Registrar Ms. Melinda Chadwick to formally certify the eligibility of those who've met the requirements for their awards.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call on Professor Chris Dixon, Interim Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates. Professor Dixon.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduates of this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. Students and staff in this faculty work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems. They identify paths of research, analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they will need to understand the world, past, present and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, education, English, geography and planning, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, music, communication and cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology and security studies and criminology. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Ancient History. Daniel Guy. Rebecca Nisbet, awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. Well done. Jordan Palmer. Luke Peloquin. Brian Webber. Lauren Wood. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Archaeology. Meg Dawkins. Drew Kennedy. Brinley Pegler. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Dylan Barnes, awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. Well done. Leanne Brown. Katie Casacha. Tatiana Desiat Nikova. Kay Fisher. Susan Fitzpatrick. Hannah Fletcher. Alicia Gampar. Max Harkin. Shushin Leo. Maria Mooney. Emily Muller. Davis Murphy. Noah Roberts. Martin Poyet. My bad. Martin Poyet, sorry. He must be Noah. I affirm this is Noah Roberts. Hayang Shin. Aaron Spink. Hannah Tanzi. Thomas Walmsley. Amy Williams. Nicholas Young. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood Education, birth to 12. Sarah Barber. Elizabeth Beck. Ashna Bartley. Hannah Bringle. Natasha Burdett. Jessica Cannon. Natalie Capizzi. Evelyn Chan. Caitlin Chin. Hoon Kian Chua. Rachel Curran. Rachel Dobby. Georgia Eschler. Hannah Frickberg. Demi Gilbert. Seljan Goyabakan. Monica Grayson. Rishita Umesh Gunani. Ebony Hamlin. Madeline Harvey. Yasmin Hobala. Demis Katsoulis. Georgina Kulbanis. Melissa Kulak. Denise Kwan. Annabelle Lee. Min Yong Lee. Yan Leung. Rithia Lim. Grace Hua Ning Leo. Rachel McGregor. Gabriel Muller. Lily Norris. Caroline O'Sullivan. Chloe Page. Vani Pillai. Sarah Pitson. Annabelle Richmond. Eloise Ryrie. Kelsey Sexty. Madeline Shannon. Chloe Strawbridge. Georgia Tranis. Josephine Tran. Andy Voss. Chow Yi Vern. Brianna Wade. Hazel Wybrow. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, birth to 5 years. Kalika Krishna. Bernadette Tuez. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Early Childhood Communities, Natalie Little. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Early Childhood Education, Jacqueline Blythe. Emily Hanmer. Serena Herr. Xinwei Lei. Shihao Li. Manaka Gayani Madura Wali. Yostina Nasa. Trin Nguyen. Hayley Rollins. Xinwei Yang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Ancient History, Alice Mays. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Disability Studies, Zainab Abdel Haq. Maria Grazia Bella O, awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. Megan Coleman. Sonia Dolhai. Karen Drew. Amy Fagan. Tina West. Alan Liversidge. Karen Marini. Samantha Neal. Emma Ray. Davina Rogers. Cheryl Sinclair. Belinda Jessie Skelton. Kylie Swainson. Kim Talbot. Jodie Thompson. Tanya Toa. Cara Toomey. Tricia Visperis. Kate Wood. Madeline Yeaman. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Early Childhood. Nina Isho. Jaemin Kim. Renee Makepeace. Carolyn Palmer. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Education. Christina Phan. Roger Young. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Educational Leadership. Melanie Baumer. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Indigenous Education. Essa Rollins. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Special Education. Gabriel Braun. Claire Francis, awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. Peter Jamison. Sorry, Renee Georgiakoulis. Peter Jamison. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Teaching, birth to 5 years. Felicia Birsha Burden. Li Fu. Lucy Irons. Jiali Lau. Grace Howning Ma. Vanessa Ng. Song Susana Ping. Michaela Lauren Reyes. Catherine Underwood. Ran Shia. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Inclusive and Special Education, Gemma Dalton. Renee Goodman. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Special Education, Vanessa Hudson. Danielle Lockwood. Pro-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training and a major research project. Graduates are focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation for a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research, Shannon Collis, for a thesis entitled Comics, Visual Languages and Ancient Egypt, Reinvestigating Visual Narratives in Elite Mortuary Representation in the Middle Kingdom. Caitlin Dunn for a thesis entitled Displays of Womanhood in the Grave, an examination of female social status, roles and individuality in 3 cemeteries from early medieval England. Well done. Trent Hugler for a thesis entitled Tutmosis II, Re-evaluating the Evidence for an Elusive King of the Early 18th Century Dynasty. Kate Keeble for a thesis entitled Constructing Style, Fabricating Value, a critical historiography of the second style of ancient Egyptian art. Austin Meziere for a thesis entitled One Sings for You with the Hand, Gestures in Old Kingdom Musical Ensemble Scenes. Well done. Lara Petrie for a thesis entitled Raising the Dead, Experimental and Metaphysical Approaches of Rehydrating Ancient Mummified Human Tissue. Michael Raymond Pulciani for a thesis entitled Teachers' Emotional Intelligence Predicts Their Responses to Overt and Covert Bullying. Well done. Isaac Roberts for a thesis entitled An Archaeologist in Western New South Wales, an Indigenous Critique of Frederick McCarthy's Rock Art Research at Mount Grenfell. Well done. Michael Street for a thesis entitled An Exploration of the Interaction Between Christian School Contexts and Sources of Teacher Self-Efficacy. Hannah Vogel for a thesis entitled Contesting Ableist Narratives in Egyptology, a Theoretical Recalibration of Disability in Ancient Egypt. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Anastasia Anderson for a thesis entitled Adults with Autism Spectrum Disorder, Experiences Related to Post-Secondary Education, Employment and Supports. Dr. Natalie Brand for a thesis entitled Learning Focused Dynamics of Toddler-Educator Conversations. Well done. Dr. Rodney Buckton for a thesis entitled People, Energy, Technology, Social and Economic Acceleration in Victoria, 1851 to 1914. Dr. Mohammed Chuti Yami for a thesis entitled Child Health Home-Based Records, Parental Engagement and Outcomes for Child Health and Development. Well done. Therese Clark for a thesis entitled It's a Long Way to the Top, Elite Male Leadership Career Trajectories and Social Status within Egypt's Provinces During the Old Kingdom. Well done. Dr. Joanne Edwards for a thesis entitled Weaving the Past into the Future, the Continuity of Aboriginal Cultural Practices in the Dawal and Yuin Nations. Well done. Dr. Joshua Errington for a thesis entitled Processes in the Site Formation of the City of David Ridge, Jerusalem. Well done. Dr. Susan Kelly for a thesis entitled Female Engagement in Domains of Social Power in Ancient Egypt's Dynasties 1 to 6, an interdisciplinary approach to women's titles. Dr. Nicole Moffat for a thesis entitled A World Both Small and Wide, the Letter Bearer's Journey from Cicero to Jerome. Dr. Natalie Melonis for a thesis entitled Emotion, Space and Power, Jerusalem as Contested Space in Ezekiel 16. Dr. Gabriel Oslington for a thesis entitled The Development of Statistical Reasoning in Primary School Students. Well done. Dr. Cheong Ying Seung, Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled Conversational Capacities of Individuals with Autism Spectrum Disorders. Well done. Dr. Minami Uchada for a thesis entitled The Experiences of Casual Relief Teachers in Australian Primary Schools. Well done. Well done. The University Medal is the university's most prestigious academic award and is awarded to students who have demonstrated exceptional academic excellence throughout their university studies. Pro-Chancellor, I present graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Research and the University Medal for Ancient History, Madeline Jenkins, for a thesis entitled Sadness in the Ancient Egyptian Lexicon, a lexical semantic analysis of the Lexeme Ind. Well done. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Mr Isaac Roberts, who graduated with a Master of Research, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Mr Roberts.
Pro-Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests. I thank Uncle Chris Tobin for welcoming us onto Darug today. I also pay my respects to Darug, to elders past and present, and acknowledge the continuity of learning that has nurtured this country and community. Graduates, I'd like to congratulate you all on the outstanding achievements that have led you here today. If your journey was anything like mine, it's been full of ups and downs, twists and turns, incredible successes, and dismal and embarrassing failures. But you did it. We did it. It's a great honour to speak here today, though I will admit that when I was asked to deliver this address, my response was thanks, but no thanks. Despite aspirations of working as an academic, I absolutely despise public speaking. And it's something that I find incredibly uncomfortable. So the thought of standing on this stage, attempting to say something profound and enlightening, sounded absolutely awful. But then a few days later, I was standing in front of my first year Indigenous Studies students, and I was telling them that our best opportunities for growth are in the moments that we are most uncomfortable. And I felt like an absolute hypocrite. And so in light of that realization, I wanted to speak for a moment to this concept of being uncomfortable. What I tell my students each semester is that being uncomfortable is not inherently a bad thing, because it usually signifies that we are at a fork in the road, so to speak. When we're uncomfortable, we have reached a point where it's time to make a choice. Are we going to work through the uncomfortableness and come out the other side stronger, smarter, and more capable people? Or are we turning back towards the relative safety of where we've come from? I started at Macquarie in 2015, directly out of high school. Coming to study at university was a deeply, deeply uncomfortable experience for me. Exciting, yeah, but also uncomfortable. I'd never lived away from home, away from family and community. I'd never been in this sort of environment before, or surrounded by this many people. And as a young, deaf, Aboriginal person, this was the definition of being uncomfortable. But I pushed through it, in the words of my mother. And in 2019, I walked across this stage and received my Bachelor of Arts in History. When I started my Master of Research degree, though, I moved into a different department and took a very different direction, a very different approach to my research. And it pushed a fair few buttons. Making that change, advocating for myself, was uncomfortable. But I absolutely would not be where I am today if I hadn't pushed through that, if I hadn't put myself first and advocated for what I wanted and needed, regardless of how uncomfortable it may have been. So as all of you move into the next stage of your lives and careers, there's going to become times when you need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, whether it's advocating for yourself, learning new skills, moving far away from home for new opportunities, or something else entirely. Being uncomfortable means that you're at the verge of growth and change. You may not have all the answers in that moment either, but that's okay too. Because if you trust in who you are, in your strengths, in what you've already overcome to reach this moment of uncomfortableness, then you already know that you're absolutely capable of reaching the other side. Though none of us can do it alone, and it's equally important to acknowledge those that support and uplift us. Each of us are indebted to those around us, those that cannot be here today and those that are already here. Friends and families, lovers and others, the lecturers, tutors and professional staff who hold this university together. So on behalf of the graduates, I thank all of you for everything that you've done for us. To my supervisors, none of who are actually here today, I'm always indebted to their generosity and encouragement. The little thesis that could got over the line because of them, and I'm sure the PhD will eventually get there as well. To the graduates, I hope all of you continue to challenge yourselves, take risks, and grasp the opportunities when they arise. I've probably reached the plus minus 10% rule of this speech. So to wrap things up, I want to say congratulations again. You're all so deserving of this celebration, and I wish you all the success in the future and on the journeys ahead of you. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Zach, for that speech. I think talking about being uncomfortable is something everyone can relate to, and triumphing over it, it's inspiring to hear. And congratulations again on your degree too.
O mio bambino caro,
That was Miss Angela Brewer, who's the CEO and Artistic Director of Coast Opera Australia. Will you please join me again in thanking her for that wonderful performance? Please also join me in thanking our musicians. On the organ, Heather Mowen-Boyd. And on the trumpet, Mr. Bruce Helmers. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives from our alumni community who've come along today to help celebrate the occasion. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it certainly does not represent the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you are now part of the bigger Macquarie family. As I mentioned earlier, our alumni network is over 200,000 graduates strong, spanning more than 140 countries around the globe, and it now welcomes you to its fold. We look forward to seeing you back on campus to attend alumni events, maybe to undertake some further study, or simply to visit our beautiful surrounds and reminisce about the good times you had here as a Macquarie University student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. And remember, the world is not only changed by the great leaps forward of an Albert Einstein or a Marie Curie, but by the many contributions, small and large, of people just like you. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So we urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a real difference to someone's life. Sometimes a small gesture or a kind word can mean an enormous amount. We challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. Our hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you've learnt here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of our community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It's also our hope that you always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom are here with us today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like all our new graduates to please stand. Now, I want you to place your testamers on your seats and turn around to face your families and friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Okay, turn around now. Don't sit down, don't sit down. Now, here on the dais with me are representatives of our academic staff who've supported you and led you throughout your journey. So please join me in thanking them. Okay, graduates, please remain standing. Do pick up your testamers, don't leave them behind. The official party is about to leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies like this one for hundreds of years. And there's an age-old set of Latin lyrics to this music, which begins, Gaudiemus igitur dum sumus juvenes. In translation, the graduation song means, therefore let us rejoice, for we will always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the same time, of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of the state and city and of happiness. So again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for futures filled with success, satisfaction, and above all, with happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I'll lead the official party out to be followed by the graduates, and I then invite everyone out of the graduation hall to enjoy some light refreshments outside. So in closing today's celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.